People in the business world are shocked. Reuters just put out a scary report that is already making waves in the business world on Wall Street, Main Street, and everywhere else. The report was just put out. At this point, cryptocurrencies are being seen as real parts of the world's largest stock market. In the history of the world, this event has never happened before. There are important consequences. XRP will now be something that all S&P 500 index funds have to buy in. There are funds, ETFs, that track the S&P 500, and a lot of big assets spread out all over the world. The following is more than just a guess. Because of this event, people feel like they have to buy something. Each and every fund manager that follows the S&P 500 will have to buy XRP in an amount equal to the amount that it adds to the index. This will cause a huge increase in demand that has never been seen before. This could push the price of XRP up to $50,000 or even much higher. Note the amount of money that is at stake in this deal so that we can get a better sense of how important it is. The average of the S&P 500 is followed by billions of dollars around the world. A lot of big asset managers, like Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, and Fidelity, are in charge of funds that are meant to look like the S&P 500. Following the law, these funds must change the amount of XRP they hold to reflect the higher value of the asset as soon as it is added to the index. Since funds are rebalanced at set times, they need to buy XRP as soon as possible. It's possible that they will do worse than the score for every day that they wait. Let's see how many people are scared. It is thought that there are a little more than 50 billion XRP coins in use right now. There are trillions of dollars that need to be turned into XRP right away, even if the S&P 500 only gives it a small amount of its weight. Since XRP is a cryptocurrency, this is important. Because of the unexpected demand, there will be a lot less trade every day than there usually would be. Index funds will be in a hurry to buy XRP. Exchange order books will set new highs. Sources of liquidity will be overloaded, and short-term instability will rise sharply. These things will all happen at the same time. When a commodity was added to an index in the past, private investors would often follow what institutional investors did, which would cause a second wave of buying. In turn, this means that millions of private buyers will join, in addition to the index funds that are needed to buy shares. Remember not to worry about "I missed one of the most important business events in history." No one is surprised that the mix of required institutional buying and market fear of missing out FOMO could push XRP to a price of $50,000 or more in a short amount of time. Doesn't that blow your mind? There is no good answer to the question of what this particular event means. Another story from Reuters says that funds only have 30 days to rebalance their holdings. Making the move very large amounts of money into XRP did happen in just 30 days. There's no doubt that the ceiling is pretty low. Some people who work in the market already think that the buying rush will begin as early as Monday. It's important that you take this op or tone right away. Traders are getting ready to ride this wave because it is moving quickly. The institutional desks are getting ready to handle huge orders, and the exchanges are getting their tools ready to handle a lot of transactions. Quite quickly, the pieces are all coming together. We also need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Adding a single number is not all this does. The fact that traditional banks are now accepting digital assets on a scale that has never been seen before is part of a bigger trend. These items, like Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, Ethereum futures, and more, have become very famous over the last few years. There is a lot of money being put into digital assets right now by big companies. Because it's part of the S&P 500, banks and hedge funds are interested in it. The way cryptocurrency is presented makes it look like a real financial tool, which makes it easier for banks to start using it. Already, analysts think that this decision will set off a chain reaction in which more coins and digital assets will be looked at for inclusion in a wide range of indices, exchange-traded funds, and organized financial products. At this very time, everything that has to do with XRP is very important. A situation that is very bullish gets created when things like forced buying by institutions, being aware of the world, and past examples are all on the same page. Price changes may happen in the short term, which is something that buyers should expect. On the other hand, people who are willing to wait may soon see what could be a bull run that lasts for years. Big changes will have to be made to the market in order to accommodate the money that NSTI Touchins will spend in XRP. Did you know that this could have a huge effect on how much it is worth? When a new product was added to an index in the past, prices often went up. Factors that, to put it simply, made it very hard to predict with any level of accuracy. It's possible that XRP will be worth $50,000 in the first few months after it goes live, when private follow-on buying, strategic accumulation by whales, and the general mood of the global market are taken into account. Even the most optimistic expectations become much less optimistic than they were before. There is no doubt that they are paying close attention to this in the business world. There are also big benefits that could come from this for people who know what it means. Building up. Furthermore, it is important to think about how this news will affect the thoughts of other people. People generally have a lot of faith in a digital asset that has been officially recognized by one of the most prestigious lists in the world. There is a chance that institutional investors who were on the fence about engaging in cryptocurrency in the past should change their minds now. In addition, there is a chance that the officials will become stricter. Despite this, XRP has always been able to avoid this kind of close examination that only serves to boost sales. A lot of attention is being paid to cryptocurrency right now on social media, in financial news outlets, and in crypto communities in order to boost investor trust. In turn, this creates a feedback loop that speeds up the rate of acceptance and price changes even more. FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out, is a real fear that will make big investors try to get more out of every dollar they spend. This is the reason why traders and buyers need to keep a close eye on important indicators in order to themselves ready for this important event. To be able to fill big orders, exchanges will need to have a lot of XRP available, as well as large institutional trading desks and market depths. If there are delays or traffic jams, there may be some arbitrage possibilities. Unfortunately, these factors may also make possible volatility worse because there is a small quantity and a large demand. It is important to manage risks because this could cause prices to change quickly in either way. Last but not least, let's picture what will happen as it actually does. On Monday, the day after the weekend, the market gets its first set of orders for index funds. The price of XRP and the number of buy orders start to go through the roof because so many of them are being made. It will only be a few days before the price of XRP goes over $50,000, breaking all previous records. There is a mad rush among financial institutions to get any leftover cash. Analysts are coming up with new ideas while the financial world watches one of the most important market events in recent memory, the future. Analysts are making new predictions, and experts are arguing about what these events mean. This story is about more than just that. In addition to talking about the future of money and banking, the story also shows how digital assets are finally being seen as real forces that are changing the world economy. Thanks a lot.